Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. Here we bring you the latest developments from India's unexplored Northeast region. Friends, Northeast is blessed with natural beauty as well as natural resources. Balance in nature is very crucial. Today we will learn how Mizoram is striving to maintain ecological balance. We will go to Sikkim and see how turkey farming is coming up as a means to earn livelihood. We will also talk about the Meghalaya Milk Mission. Mizoram is one of the top hotspots in biodiversity in the northeast India, including the country as well. The state is substantially rich in flora and fauna. However, with the age-old jhum or shifting cultivation still going on, added with poaching and illegal trade of wildlife, there is a significant erosion of biodiversity. Hopefully, a new movement has begun in the state to fight against the illegal poaching and for awareness to protect the ecological balance. On this, we have a report from a correspondent from Aizawl.
The total geographical area of Mizoram is 21,081 square kilometers. According to the Forest Survey of India, forest is endowed with rich varieties of flora and fauna, has presented a highly rich natural reserve to the people of the state. However, with the passage of time, many species of valuable flora has been extinct from this forest, and a number of wildlife have become endangered due to many reasons like shifting cultivation, poaching, and illegal trade. An organization known as the Biodiversity and Nature Conservation Network, BioCON, has started its ecological movement with the purpose of building a strong awareness level among the people living in the forest villages. The organization implements many programs throughout the year to create awareness among the villagers and conservation of nature. Talking to AIR News, the co-founder of the organization said,
"My name is Dr. Srilasming Liana, co-founder of Biodiversity and Nature Conservation Network. Since Mizoram is regarded as a biodiversity hotspot by the IUCN, we felt it necessary to preserve the different varieties of species of plants and animals present in our state, which are presently eroded due to the practice of jhum cultivation. Our flora and fauna is rich in plants and animal species, some of which are used for medicinal purposes. We have decided to form a society which caters to the preservation of nature to help our ecological balance. We are currently spreading awareness regarding nature conservation across the state."
Also, the organization has been running a special forest protection initiative at Bolpuivi village with active volunteering by local villagers. Under this, the villages have regular monitoring and activity in wildlife conservation and protection of flora and fauna of forest reserve. For Northeast Diary, this is Irene from Aizawl.
While Sikkim has been a leader in organic farming, the state government has recently adopted a holistic approach to promote the sector, including dairy and fowl and livestock rearing through various incentives and schemes. Turkey farming is one such evolving practice in the state. Our Sikkim correspondent Parijat Sharma gives us the details.
Turkey farming, which has been gaining popularity in Sikkim recently, has found a few takers so far but has made a beginning. One of the state's first turkey farmers, Ajay Chetri, quit his job in the local hospitality industry to set up a turkey farm after exploring other farming options. He aspires to revolutionize farming in Sikkim and take the state's organic products to the global markets. The Gangtok-based farmer shares his motivation to start turkey farming, responds to this less explored business and ideas to make the practice organic.
As we all know that Sikkim is land of opportunity and it's only organic state in India. Yes, I want to bring new revolution and new style of farming where we can export our goods to not only in India but outside the India. It's a vocal for local for now. I want to introduce our Sikkim product, organic product to the world. It's my dream where we can get value for money, where a farmer doesn't have to go in loss and experience such kind of like bird flu, etc. etc. The kind of farming I'm doing, this doesn't get any flu or turkey and Kadaknal farming is very potential. It's profitable, it's sustainable, and it has a quality because it consumes 70% of grass and 30% of feed. and medical value is immense. Right now there are so much of demand in India for Kadaknat. It has got a high protein. Turkey and Kadaknat is famous, and what's the benefit they have? They are low in cholesterol, they have low fat, high nutrition, boost immunity system, high amino acid, boost energy, protect eyesight, increase blood cell, treat asthma, high antioxidant, rich in iron, help in skin glow, prevent aging. There are so many help in tissue growth, repair damaged cell.
Mr. Chhetri plans to convert his turkey farm enterprise into a commercial business where he can produce the feed and chicks to supply it to local farmers, thereby avoiding import from other states. He also aspires to set up a research center where youth and farmers can be trained for organic farming benefits. With Saikat Sarkar, this is Parijat Sharma for Northeast Diary from AIR News Sikkim.
Meghalaya Milk Mission is a unique initiative of the state government to plug in the demand-supply gap in per capita milk availability, as the state is much lower than Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR's recommendation of milk consumption per person. The other idea of the mission mode approach is that it will generate alternative livelihoods for rural people of Meghalaya through the dairy sector. 2,000 farmers will be directly benefited by it over the next 4 years. It will also check the absence of organized marketing channels in the dairy sector in Meghalaya. It will enable the state to substitute import of milk with the state's own production. Our Shillong correspondent Rustam has more on this.
The Meghalaya Milk Mission was launched in the year 2018 at the cost of 215 crore rupees, sanctioned under the Ministry of Agriculture and Family Welfare through the National Cooperative Development Corporation. The project consists of 2,000 dairy farm units. In one unit, there is provision for purchase of 5 cows, shed constructions, storage room construction, animal insurance, 13 milk tankers of 3,000 liter capacity, 79 milk coolers of 500 liter capacity, etc., including provisions for training farmers. Meghalaya Milk Mission has shown enough potential to promote dairying and allied sectors in the state. Right from generating employment for local youths to providing opportunities for local farmers, dairy farms are proving an exemplary example to meet the objectives of sustainable livelihood. Nari Fresh Milk Cooperative is one among many units of the Meghalaya Milk Mission, which is working towards promoting dairy farm while providing training to the stakeholders in milk processing. Managing Director of Meghalaya Cooperative Milk Union, L.S. Sangpliang, said that dairy development is in its infant stage in the state, and now dairy farming has generated a lot of interest among the budding farmers of Meghalaya. He maintained that the demand of milk in the state has increased, and now there is scope in dairying and other allied sector.
Meghalaya is in the initial stage of dairy development. We have started just 3 years ago, so we hope that we will be doing well with the support that we are getting from the central government, the state government, even the farmers themselves, the entrepreneurs who are willing to go in for dairy products also, to manufacture dairy products, is very encouraging. So we hope that in the years to come, more animals will be inducted in the state. The milk production will grow. Even the marketing aspect also, we have many youth that have taken up marketing of milk and milk products. At present, we have around 20 distributors that distribute milk to the whole of East Khasi Hills district, as well as Ribhoi and the Garo Hills district.
With dairying sector of the state set to take a leap in coming days, it is only left to be seen as how the stakeholders would utilize the opportunity, which can prove to be a game changer for the employment generation in the state. This is Rustam for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Shillong.
In yet another feat, Kohima has made it to the top 25 cities in the Nurturing Neighborhoods Challenge cohort, a 3-year initiative aimed at supporting early childhood-friendly neighborhoods under the government's Smart Cities Mission. The Nurturing Neighborhoods Challenge is an initiative hosted by the Smart Cities Mission, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India, in collaboration with the Bernard Van Leer Foundation and its technical partner WRI India. Let's go over to our correspondent who has more on this.
In Kohima, 5 pilot project location has been earmarked for the Nurturing Neighborhoods Challenge, 2 projects at Forest Colony, 2 at Empty Garage New Reserve, and 1 project in High School Highland Park. Kohima was selected alongside Agartala, Bengaluru, Coimbatore, Dharamshala, Erode, Hubali, Dharwad, Hyderabad, Indore, Jabalpur, Kakinada, Kochi, Kota, Nagpur, Rajkot, Ranchi, Rohtak, Rourkela, Salem, Surat, Tiruvananthapuram, Tirupur, Ujjain, Vadodara and Warangal. The Nurturing Neighborhoods Challenge will enable Indian cities to adopt an early childhood lens in designing neighborhood-level improvements that promote the health and well-being of young children and their caregivers. Over the next 6 months, the cohort will receive technical assistance, capacity building and scale-up support to experiment and implement trials and pilots in order to demonstrate early wins, solicit citizens' participation and build consensus around their proposals. After the first stage, top 10 cities will be selected from the 25 cities. These top 10 cities will get assistance to scale up the pilot intervention in other parts of the city, get exposure trips at national and international levels, where the keys of the city as child-friendly city will be shared at national and international scenario as best practice. The Nurturing Neighborhoods Challenge was launched on November 4, 2020, inviting the participation from all smart cities, capitals of states and union territories, and other cities with a population of above 5 lakhs. During the 3-month application period, over 100 cities were engaged through remote or in-person discussion and online capacity building workshops under the Nurturing Neighborhoods Challenge. This is Afanyo from AIR News Kohima for Northeast Diary.
We all know that a film or cinema is a reflection of society, and movies are one of the effective communication forms. Considering its importance, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting also provides assistance to filmmakers, and many events have been held to encourage filmmakers. In today's episode, the Imphal correspondent J.J. Thokchom brings you the film scenario in Manipur.
The history of Manipuri cinema started with the first Manipuri film Matamgi Manipur by Dev Kumar Bose, which was released on April 1972. The film also bagged the President's Silver Medal for Best Resonant Film in Manipuri in the 20th National Film Awards. Since then, the legacy of Manipuri cinema has seen many ups and downs. However, situation has changed and Manipur has created a golden chapter in the history of Indian resonant cinema. Speaking to AIR News, filmmaker Haubam Pawan Kumar, who bagged many national awards including Swarna Kaman, said that the Manipuri cinema is comparatively good while comparing to other states.
I've been making documentaries for the last 13-14 years. I've got 4 national awards and 7 Indian Panorama collections. Cinema is a reflection of the society and an art form. So talking about Manipuri cinema, the population that people who watches Manipuri cinema comparatively very less to Hindi or Tamil or Telugu. There is a huge gap, but I think definitely the Manipur State Film Development Society is also trying their best to reach out to the masses. The government has to first take the initiative and invest some money. You know, I personally don't believe that the government has to invest money all the time. But initial phases, they need to invest some money to create good cinema. And once this cinema reaches the masses, private investors will automatically be interested in it. And then, you know, it can stand on its own.
J.J. Thokchom from Imphal for AIR News, Northeast Diary.
Arunachal Pradesh, the land of the rising sun, celebrated its 35th statehood day on Saturday with fanfare. A report from an Itanagar correspondent.
With more than 100 tribes having their own distinct identity, Arunachal Pradesh is one of the most diverse states in India. These tribes are like flowers of different colors, embroidered on the beautiful fabrics of natural landscapes with mountains and valleys. This beautiful state became a full-fledged state on February 20, 1987. Till 1972, it was known as the Northeast Frontier Agency, also called NEFA. It gained the Union Territory status on January 20, 1972 and was renamed as Arunachal Pradesh. Administratively, the state is divided into 25 districts. The state capital Itanagar is named after the remains of the Ita fort, which means fort of bricks, built in 14th century AD. The Statehood Day of Arunachal Pradesh, as usual, was celebrated with great fanfare across the state. The main function was held at IG Park in Itanagar. Attending the function, Chief Minister Pema Khandu said that Arunachal has more potentials than challenges. He advocated that if development comes without affecting or disturbing the indigenous people, such development should be welcomed. He said in the coming days, the state will explore the potential of hydropower in the state and will convert it into revenue. State's Governor, retired Brigadier Dr. B.D. Misra, said that in order to develop, priority has to be given to women empowerment, and the Arunachal Pradesh government is doing a lot of work on it. On the occasion, the governor flagged off 10 emergency ambulances for various districts and also released a book on Nisi fables and folk tales titled Dajong Napong. Wishing the people of the state on the occasion, President Ram Nath Kovind in a tweet said that the natural beauty of Arunachal Pradesh is spectacular and its cultural landscape has one of the world's richest diversities of ethnic tribal groups and languages. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu tweeted that exotic culture, rich heritage, natural beauty and artistic grandeur make Arunachal Pradesh truly special. Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeted that the people of Arunachal Pradesh are known for their culture, courage and a strong commitment to India's development. He wished that the state scales a new height of progress in future. For Northeast Diary, this is Rakesh Dole, Air News, Itanagar.
Tripura is endowed with favorable climatic condition which offers immense scope for cultivation of various kinds of horticultural crops. Horticultural sector is generating employment, improving the condition of farmers and entrepreneurs, enhancing export and above all providing nutritional security to people. Today we bring you an interview with Dr. Rajiv Ghosh, Deputy Director Horticulture Research Center, Nagichera, Tripura. The interviewer is Reena Nongmaitham.
Today, we have with us Dr. Rajiv Ghosh, who is the Deputy Director at Horticulture Research Center at Nagichera in Tripura, to talk about the horticulture farm. Welcome, sir. Firstly, I would like to ask you about the goal of this Horticulture Research Center and how the journey started.
Plain Horticulture Research Complex. It is a state horticulture research complex under the government of Tripura. Actually, it started in the year 1981. Initially, it was started with some plantation crops like coconut, red oil palm, cashew nut, and other crops like spices, black pepper, and banana. Initially, the objective was acclimatization and collection and exploration of new germplasm and growing this germplasm in the center and evaluating and finding out the suitable germplasm for our state. Later on, it switched over to some other activity, or some other activities are included in the annual action plan of the state government. We started true potato seed production, one of the unique items in our research complex. It started in collaboration with Center for International Potato, Lima, Peru. A true potato seed is the, as you know, it is the botanical seed of the potato. As such, potato is grown from potato tuber, but the botanical seed is called true potato seed. Where actually the benefit is like that, when you grow potato, then 2,000 to 2,500 kgs of potato is required to cover 1 hectare area. But when you take TPS, only 100 grams is required. Now, in the present era, since last 2.5 years or 3 years or so, we have switched over to plasticulture. Use of polymulch, use of weed mats, use of drip irrigation system, use of sprinkler irrigation system. So these all are new items that has been included. Tripura has got a diversified collection of citrus, means lime lemon, mandarin orange and sweet orange. But sweet orange, there is one variety Malta. That also we have introduced in the recent past. In Tripura, it is not found elsewhere in the state.
What is the process of facilitating the farmers from this research center, and how do the farmers get high-yielding crops and all?
We have got human resource development wing. So, HRD conducts training, capacity build-up program. There are two types of capacity build-up program. That is on-campus and off-campus. That is, in the campus itself, we go for a conduction of training program in the center itself. See, the setup is in the Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of Tripura has got deputy directors in the district level and superintendent agriculture in the sub-division level, covering the entire states. So farmers come over here, they can stay here. We have got farmers hostel. They even go for the season-long training. We have got mushroom laboratory, we have got tissue culture laboratory, and we have got a field also where frontline demonstrations are conducted. So they stay here for even the entire season. They stay for 5 days as per their requirement or requisition placed by the district authority. See what is going on. They feel the science. They know the science, learn by doing. So that way they are enriched with the technology and they replicate in their own.
Moving on, in the past few years, Tripura farmers have equipped themselves with new age agriculture and bringing new crops into practice. How do you explain that?
If you see the previous history of farming system, actually it started with only paddy. The system was only for the livelihood, that is basic principle of life, that is food, cloth and shelter. Diversification was not required in the earlier times. Now, the knowledge and with the invention and with the advent of new technologies in India and elsewhere in the country, people now everything is in our mobile. It is very easy to learn. See, with the urbanization and industrialization in the country, land is becoming limiting factor and we are switching over to even the vertical farming system like hydroponics, aeroponics. Because when land is getting shrunk, then family members remain the same, then per capita holding of the land is not remaining same. Per capita holding of land is also getting limited. So here we have developed hydroponic system, portable hydroponic system, and the fixed and the permanent hydroponic system. Aeroponic systems is underway. So these are the systems in the future farming you can tell for Tripura, but now we are showcasing to the farmer, whoever comes for training and capacity build up, that in near future, our farmers also can opt for this vertical farming system. So this is the added advantage is that they can go for organic farming. Organic farming is in hydroponics or aeroponics, is all produce will be organic. So the benefit is multifaceted. Here the benefits will be, first one is organic, it will fetch premium price from the market.
There is a clarion call coming from Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev of Atmanirbhar Tripura, but still we are deficient in vegetables. How would we make up for that crisis?
Honorable Chief Minister rightly said that Atmanirbhar Tripura, that is self-reliant Tripura. See, our state is not vegetable deficient Tripura. We produce surplus vegetables. In the market nowadays, you can see all vegetable producers are succumbing to distress sell. Farmers are not getting proper price because this is the main season crop is being harvested at the same time. So definitely there will be market glut in the different mandis. Now the production is more, definitely price will go down as per the law of economics. Number two, there is no ban in cross-border marketing system. We can also send our produce to Delhi. We can send our produce elsewhere in the country. So there is no restriction. And we are also sending some commodity to Bangladesh also. So this way, import and export, it is a natural in the marketing system. It is not that we are importing vegetables every now and then. It is not like this.
Coming to pineapple fruit, as the fruit is one of the famous and wanted horticultural products of the state, please share more about the present state of climate-resilient pineapple variety.
Pineapple is a GI tagged crop. It was declared by our Honorable President of India. This is our pride, this queen variety of pineapple. As you know, the queen variety of pineapple is a very unique taste and it has got good aroma and good sweetness and very tastier one compared to other variety. The pineapple now available throughout the year. The technology is with the help of hormones, sodium carbonate also to some content of urea. Pineapple plantations are being staggered. If you see, you will find that 40% of the total pineapple plants flowers at a time. Rest 60% will flower later. To overcome this, we are going for blanket spray of hormone so that to stagger or to induce flowering at a time. In a commercial way, farmers will go for spraying the entire plot so that they can get the production at a time. So this is staggering is being done in the entire state, crisscross the state, to uplift the economic status of the farmer.
Lastly, sir, what are the measures being taken to compensate for the losses that farmers incur in rains?
See, any natural calamity, there is a contingency plan means that is to overcome the adverse climatic situation. So if their nursery got damaged, if their vegetable nursery got damaged, we supply the vegetable seedling free of cost to the farmers. This is one system. Sometimes we give fertilizers kit to the farmers so that the loss suffered by the farmers, partially or more 60-70% assistance we are giving to the farmers. So that way, mostly in kind we are giving, either in the form of fertilizers or in the shape of vegetable seedlings or horticultural packing material.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving your valuable time. For Northeast Diary, this is Rina Nomaitem from Agatala.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
In a heritage section today, our Dibrugarh correspondent Pranab Kumar Nath talks about the newly constructed district museum.
The heritage lover of Dibrugarh district is going to find a new destination for a motivation for knowing the cultural past of Upper Assam at newly built district museum very soon. Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal inaugurated the newly constructed building of district museum on 2nd December last year. The three-story building has been constructed with an amount of Rs 3.43 crores and includes 6 galleries, a basement for parking facilities, an auditorium and office room, etc. Out of the proposed 6 galleries, the archaeological gallery is now complete for public viewing, which has been developed under the aegis of Assam State Museum Management Society with a budget of amounting Rs 11 lakh. Speaking with the official, it is known that though the visitors coming presently in less number, it will attract visitors in large number very soon when a total of about 500 archaeological and other items will be displayed completely. The district museum at Dibrugarh was established on March 16, 1987 and earlier it was functioning from the district library building, and now its new address is in his new building situated behind the district library building. The museum items are being shifted from old place to new place with utmost care, and displaying setup in galleries is still on process. After inaugurating the new building, Chief Minister on that day visited the archaeological gallery, which shows representative history of stone and terracotta sculptures based on aesthetics and nature of collection found in the archaeological Hindu temples and archaeological sites of Assam. The other galleries will soon be equipped with the items like traditional dress, textile, tribal instrument, ornaments, earthen pots, manuscripts, stone scripts, idols, hunting instruments, historical weapons, masks, etc. A very remarkable artifact of the gallery is the stone writing, which dates back 675 to 725 AD. The rest of the building include space and facilities for training, galleries for art and craft workshop, conference meeting, archaeological research and study, etc., which are at planning level now. Pranab Kumar Nath, Akashvani Dibrugarh for Northeast Diary.
ग्लोबल टॉय इंडस्ट्री 7 लाख करोड़ रुपए से भी अधिक की है. Team up for toys.
The government of India is organizing India's first ever, the India Toy Fair. Indian local toy manufacturers march forward for Atmanirbhar Bharat. It's time to get vocal for your remarkable local. From 27 February to 2nd March, must come forward to get registered online at www.theindiatoyfair.in.
And now here's some interesting facts about the Northeast. Arunachal Pradesh has a forest cover of over 82%. Tawang Monastery is the largest monastery in India and it is over 400 years old. With that, we have come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. Bye-bye.